What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Crowned by Kenzie. Season 11, Episode 9 of Married to Medicine. Y'all, looks like things are finally starting to heat up, and it's getting down to the moment we've all been waiting for. But before we get into that recap, make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment, hit that notification bell so that way you know when we go live or I do another video, and I do plan on going live very, very soon, if not tonight. But before we get into all that, I want you guys to get into this intro.
How you doing?
All right, Married to Medicine, Season 11, Episode 9. From the White House to Key West. And as y'all can see, we in Key West now. But we'll get to this particular scene. Just bear with me, okay? And if you guys hear some squeaking in the background, that's one of my dogs. We just got them some new play toys, and they're squeaking all over the place. I've heard about a million squeaks in the last 5 minutes. So if you guys hear it, don't think nothing of it. All right, so brief description of the episode. Dr. Jackie, Dr. Heavenly, and Dr. Simone are all smiles as they travel to the White House to meet former VP Kamala Harris for a historic conference on women's health. Meanwhile, Phaedra takes the next step. All right, guys, so let's get into it. So, as you all know, Married to Medicine, it starts off, they do this whole thing where they go in and see what everybody's doing. It's the beginning of their episode. So the first scene, the opening scene, starts off with Dr. Simone at her office, and she's talking to her assistant, something that's on her desk. But anyway, that's cute. Contessa at her office, and she tells the Botox lady that it's time for her a new injection of Botox, but don't tell Scott. All right, Contessa, see, you already trying to get somebody else to hold the secret. So the next thing, they're at Sweet Tea's house with her and Dr. Mimi, and Sweet Tea is finally ready to let go of all of the things that Quad left behind in Quad's old house. No shade. But y'all know what time it is. It's Quad's old house. So I'm sure there are plenty of remnants of Quad around there. But anywho, her and Dr. Mimi are finally getting rid of the things that were left behind. And so whatever. It's all fanfare, if you ask me. All right, so scene one, Toya and Eugene. Now listen, guys, with Toya and her boys, it's something just so cute and nostalgic about that. I really love her scenes with her boys because she is so open. And yeah, they are uncomfortable, and sometimes she pushes the limits on some topics that she tends to discuss with them. But it's just something I love it. I love it because you know what? Right now, while they are cringing, like, ew, mom, one day they will really learn to respect that, and they will appreciate that their mom was very, very open with them, because a lot of mothers are not. So it's something about that I think real cute. And so they're having a conversation with the boys about one of her sons, Ashton. I think is supposedly has a girlfriend, and they're talking about that. And Toya says that when she was in school, Eugene was not her type. Meaning, now I know where y'all was about to go with that, because I was about to go somewhere if she had not come back and cleared that up. Like, damn, she beat him down again. He's just sitting there smiling and taking it, looking over his glasses. But I like Dr. Eugene. And so she cleared it up by saying that he was not her type because he was a good boy and she liked all the bad boys. I could see that from Toya. She liked all the bad boys. And so I get it. I get it. But as she got older, as we all do, because I'm sure we all done been through that phase, y'all too. When it's the bad ones, you all on them. But when you get older and they treat you, that's the most toxic. I don't know, because we ain't even gonna call it love when you young and falling for the bad ones. You know, everybody don't be in there. So before y'all start judging, look in the mirror, judge yourselves. But So yeah, she cleaned it up by saying that when as she got older, the good boy, that's the one, that's why she gravitated towards him, because he was not the bad boy, her typical type. So that's good. I like that. And she would have made him popular, but when they did that flashback and showed Eugene in the pictures, I'm sure Eugene was already popular because Eugene now. Hmm. Eugene was that dude. I'm telling you, he was that dude. Just look at him. That's all I'm gonna say. I think you know what I'm throwing out there. Y'all caught it. And so Eugene, they were saying how Eugene may be the easier parent. I could see that. He's the easier parent, but he said that he tries to reason with his boys. So that's good. Even though his dad was I think he said was a lieutenant at the prison or something. So I'm sure his dad was a drill sergeant with him. And I think he did say that. But anyway, scene two, they go on to Dr. Jackie's house, and Dr. Heavenly pull up with her hot girl dress on. Now I done told y'all once, I done told y'all twice. Y'all know I love me some Dr. Heavenly. Okay? And she looks good to good to. I'm telling you. Go ahead, shout out to Dr. Heavenly. Y'all know I love her. She can't do no wrong in my eyes. But they're sitting poolside. Dr. Jackie tells her that she received an invite to the White House and she could take one friend. And so um it was cute because she she made it seem like Dr. Simone was the one that she picked because she's an OBGYN, and it's because of went black maternal health. And so she picked Dr. Simone. But then, and Heavenly was ready to go off in her confessional. Where Heavenly said, I'm the one to help you with your event. Shout out to Tisha from Love and Marriage Huntsville event. But yeah, so Heavenly was ready to go in, but she pulled it back in and told her that she was the one that she invited her and Dr. Simone. So that's good. Heavenly was excited about that. And she told her that she had to be cleared. Of course, as anyone does that goes to the White House, you have to be cleared. They don't want any kind of old crazies up in there. And so, of course, there's no problem with Dr. Heavenly. So next scene, Phaedra and her date. What was his name? Check, the tall African. So Phaedra's on the date with Check. Um, and she says this thing on her confessional that she's white dating, not black, white dating, not black dating. And it was like, what's the difference between white dating and black dating? So she said, when it comes to black dating, her words, not mine, whenever you say you're dating someone, it's some kind of torrid love affair. You and white dating is we just going out to dinner. I'm not giving you anything. You're not giving me anything. But she does let him know if he is giving her something, it's his card when she gives him everything that she wants out the store, however she put it. But does that seem to go back to what was said about her regarding Dr. Greg? That she wanted what, $12,000 a month allegedly? I don't know. I'm just saying, Phaedra. Now you slip starting the show, girl. Go ahead and play into what they already said, and let us know what you was doing over there in Africa. hmm we got our eye on you, Phaedra. Yeah, what Funky Dineva said, the girls was over there selling. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so let me ask y'all something. Do y'all think that's fake? Or do y'all think that's real? Because Dr. Heavenly, if I'm not mistaken, in one of her lives, she did allude to the fact that they hired those guys. So do y'all think it's real? Go over to the comments and let me know. But anyway, the African lets the tall African guy Shaq lets her know that he knows Apollo. So Phaedra's not, well, at least she does not seem to bother because she said he's a man all about the town. And which he was, we know that, he was in them streets, so he was well known. So I wouldn't be surprised. Hell, everybody in Atlanta knows Apollo. I saw him in the Waffle House a few times. Um, I never went up and spoke to him. I was sitting right behind him, but I never went up and spoke to him. He just looked like he was not in a good mood. And that was during the time when him and Phaedra were going through their stuff and they were filming. He did not look so happy. But anyway, so He did let her know that they don't hang out, and Phaedra appreciated the fact that he was honest and told her up front that he knew Apollo. So we'll see how long that lasts. All right. And so, she did say she does not want to be married again. So I hear a lot of people say that. I think if something were to happen in mine as well, I don't think I would ever get married again either. So I feel Phaedra on that. Yeah. I'll be white. I would be white dating too, not black dating. Whatever the hell that means. And so the next scene, Simone, they're at Simone's house. She's waiting for Dr. Jackie to get there and, pull up so they can go and take off for the White House. And Cecil is recording her. And eventually Dr. Jackie and Curtis pull up in their Tesla, all late, but they were on time, but late. So the girls, they meet heavily. Jackie, Dr. Simone, they all take off. They go to DC. They're at the airport. It looks like it's just going to be a good old professional Golden Girls. I love to see the Golden Girls. That's what they call them, the Golden Girls. I love to see those three together because aside from all the BS, the chemistry with them, I'm telling you, it's just something about it. I love it. I love it. It's the trio we never knew we needed until we got it. But and so they arrive at the White House and they, Chrissy Teigen and former VP Kamala Harris are talking about when it comes to black what is called black maternity or, whatever have you. And so that was cute. And so the next scene, Toya and Eugene, they're packing for their trip to Key West, Florida. Now, y'all tell me something. Why do all the other franchises go out of the country, but Merited Medicine, they never seem to get out of the country? They always going somewhere local. Where were they at last year? Um, Hilton Head, South Carolina. I think they went there twice. I can't remember, but they never seem to go anywhere. Like, what's with their budget? I know they can all afford to pay for the trip themselves, but I don't blame y'all. If it's for work, listen, I go on my leverage trip after the work trip. Y'all see me wherever y'all gonna see me, and it's free. I'm here for it. What about y'all? I know y'all are. We ain't no different. All right, so then they show Dr. Contessa packing and throwing shots at Dr. Heavenly per usual. Girl, stop. Who got time for this? But she says that she can be cordial, she can be nice, whatever. Fake, more like it. So Dr. Heavenly and listen, never mind. Whatever. I like Dr. Scott though. I'm not even gonna take that from him. I like Dr. Scott. It's just something about him. If you follow him on social media, he just seems like such a likable person. And Cone Tessa did too, until this situation with Heavenly. And listen, I don't see or speak no evil when it comes to Heavenly. Sorry. But and so Doctor, then they go over to Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon packing. And Dr. Heavenly lets Dr. Damon knows that she invited Apollo on the trip. Now, she, according to Dr. Heavenly, when she telling the truth, she invited Apollo. We know she's being messy, but we love Dr. Heavenly over here. But so according to Dr. Heavenly, she invited Apollo so him and Phaedra can tell the group, because it's a couples trip, they can tell the group the do's and don'ts of marriage, so that way they can all avoid divorce. Mm-hmm. Heavenly. and so um and so she calls Phaedra on the phone. So now listen, she cleared this up because before this season came out, it was speculated or it was said somewhere allegedly that Phaedra was blindsided by Apollo coming on this trip. So obviously we see that it was not a blindside because she called her on the phone. And even though Phaedra said she was okay with it, she came back in her confessional like, I don't know how I feel about it. But over the phone, she said she was okay with it. Okay, fine. But she told you. So I hope we don't go there because she told you. And we all just saw it with our own eyes. And so and they go over to Sweet Tea and Dr. Greg packing. Um and Sweet Tea now, I will give her this. She did say that whatever she asked him, asked Dr. Gray how he was going to feel about seeing his ex-wife Quad and her new man on the trip. And he would seem kind of hesitant and joking around like, oh, I can't go, I ain't gonna be able to make it or whatever. But sweet tea, now kudos to her because she did make sense when she said that. It's at a point where y'all have some of the same friends in the same group. You got to get over it. You got to let it go. It just it makes no sense to continue going any further with that. If you over the woman, why would you care? I wouldn't care what she was doing. I can walk right in the room with one of my exes and whomever they are with right now. I promise you, I would greet them. I would wish them the best. Now I ain't gonna say we're gonna be BFFs. But at the end of the day, I don't have no problem with that because I'm over that. I'm married. What do I care? What's going on in their lives? What you eat don't make me, y'all know the rest. So who cares? So he really does need to get over it. Like, because your slip's starting to show too. Dr. Greg. But then they go over to Quad and King. And Quad asked King how he's gonna feel with her ex being there. He asked her, "Are you worried?" And she was like, "No." He was like, "I'm not either." Confident man. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, confident man, King. ah, King is a handsome fella, like for real. Like Quad, that girl level up, like all the way up. Now that's the kind of level up I'm talking about. Okay, like my husband leveled up with me. Hmm. Hmm. and so, now next on to the next scene. They showed Dr. Mimi and her husband. What was he? They're a new couple. He was a pro football player, retired. They showed them on the way in the black car, honey, black car on the way to the airport. And so they all of them arrive in Key West. Dr. Steve, not Dr. Steve, Dr. Mimi's husband. He liked the vacation like I like the vacation. I ain't going there to sleep, okay? I'm the first thing up on vacation. I want to get out. I want to go ahead and get my first cocktail in. As soon as and my feet hit the floor, let me go ahead and get my first cocktail in and let's get this party turned up. I'm not trying to sleep. I sleep when I get back home or I sleep on the plane before and after. And so that's my kind of guy. Turn up. And so Dr. Mimi says she likes to lay around, get her beauty sleep, sit in the sun a little bit, whatever, Dr. Mimi. And so everyone arrives, and the Whitmore stated their word in their confessional. Cecil and Dr. Simone, their word about Quad when it comes to Quad and Dr. G, making the whole trip tense because it's going to take for Quad to say one thing or get into one of her speeches, and then it's just going to be a deck of falling cards with those two. It's just going to be a mess. She's going to bring up something from the past, in which we later find out something does happen, but. And so they do the flashback, Dr. Quad crying and talking about Dr. G and how he did her and their marriage and so on and so forth. So y'all know it wouldn't be Quad without a speech and some tears. Now we love Quad over here at KrowndByKenzie, right? Crown Kings and Queens. We love us some Quad. But y'all know it would not be Quad. It would not be a trip or an episode or an event. Shout out to Tisha. It wouldn't even be a trip to the damn mall without Quad and a speech and some tears. But we love Quad for that. And so when they get there, it's Dr. Heavenly, Hug Sweet Tea, and everything's all good. Now, y'all know from the last episode, they say that they made up after they partied together. They made up. So that's good, but we know it ain't gonna last. But that's good for the moment. We love to see that. Which makes this episode real light and just fun. I love it. I love that. Um, Dr. Heavenly and Contessa hug. Dr. Heavenly went up to speak to Contessa to greet her. Very mature, Dr. Heavenly. Very mature. Bravo. Good job. That's what you call being the bigger person. Even though Contessa was taking her shots earlier. But she went up, spoke to her. Contessa, here she go with this fake-ish. She hugged Dr. Heavenly, took her down to the ground. The group laughed. Everybody surprised her. Oh my God, that's so funny. But again, we'll see how long it lasts, which we know it ain't gonna be last. It ain't gonna be long. And so, um, so she hugs her and pulls her to the ground. And so they let them know they're gonna reconvene at 3 o'clock for like a group exercise. And the theme of the group exercise is teamwork. Work makes the dream. Teamwork makes the dream work. So they have 4 teams here. Okay, Team 1 is the Starfish. There's Toya, Dr. Eugene, Quad, and King. Team 2, the Sharks. Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Damon, Contessa, and Scott. Team 3, the Goldfish. Dr. Simone, Cecil, Dr. Mimi, and Steve. Team 4, Snapper. Sweet Tea Words Not Mine, Skeletor. Now I ain't like that. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Now, see, you know what you just did? You just earned your way back to weak tea. Cause I ain't like that. And I just gave you your props and you just messed up that fast. I was rooting for you. We all was rooting for you. But now you back to weak tea. Until you redeem yourself, you gonna stay at weak tea. Cause I ain't appreciate that. Calling Dr. Jackie Skeletor. Ugh. So anyway, the snapper, Dr. Jackie, Curtis, Dr. Greg, and Weak Tea, and Phaedra, because she's the odd man out. Her date has not arrived yet, which I think he will in the next episode. And so, they all team up, and the point of this exercise is to put those together who are having problems, who are having the hardest time together, and see if they can eventually come together for the good of their team, thus coming together for the good of the group, which we know that ish ain't gonna happen. Who got the drill and drilling the hole into the ship? Let me know when you get to the bottom of it and the water start coming up and start to sink, because it's gonna happen very soon. But so they all sit down, they reconvene, and they reconvene at the table. They're sitting there having some drinks, eating lunch or whatnot. And Dr. Simone has had these t-shirts, always being shady. Dr. Simone has these t-shirts made that says those type of bitches. Now, if y'all remember um on the last episode or the episode before, remember not Quad, the girls were at Dr. Heavenly's lake house for her son's going away party. And Phaedra referred to them as y'all, I'm not gonna let no bitches like y'all, these type of bitches or something like that. So they still stuck on that, like, what kind of bitches are we? So Shady Simone, when they got the shirts made, and so she asked Phaedra, does she want to clarify? Well, first of all, hold on, let me say this. When they get to the table, Phaedra don't cut her shirt up. Who has Phaedra become? Phaedra has become Portia 2.0. Like she is not the same old pulled up Southern Belle. Now I remember when she was on Housewives, she had the little sarong thing with the slits all in it showing her ass. Now I remember that, but I don't know. Paige just seems so different to me. I mean, maybe it was just already in her, but it took something to bring it out of her. Maybe her divorce. And so back to what I was saying, Dr. Simone asked her if she wants to redeem herself. And they see everybody still trying to figure out what kind of bitches are they. And so Phaedra goes into explaining and that she was not about to let no type of bitch make her feel like she was not doing her part when it comes to charity. And I believe Phaedra will do her part. I don't know. Dr. Evelyn said she did, but I don't know that. That's allegedly. But she said she was not about to let any kind of bitches make her feel like she would make her look bad and feel like she was not doing her part. So that's what she meant. And so Quad chimes in and Quad, lets her know, well, these type of bitches are educated bitches. These bitches are doctors. They go into the White House kind of doctors. They got invites to go sit with the president kind of doctors. So, but you don't understand. And Phaedra, no, I don't understand. I don't get it. And so the group laughs about it. And Dr. Simone in her confessional says that Phaedra thinks that she's above them. Like she's better than everybody. And here comes Cecil with his shade and says, good one, Cecil. Everybody can't do Reiki. They flashback to Phaedra with that do-rag on her head. Ah, now Cecil know he burnt out for that shade, but I love it. And so, and so, so, Quad, asked Simone what was the goal for the team, the team building. They were going to be on kayaks and surfboards or something like that. But anyway, canoes and paddle boards. I'm sorry. And so she asked her, Quiet asked Dr. Simone, because her and Dr. Heavenly are co-hosting, what do they look to get out of this? And she said pretty much for everybody to get their problems out. Now we all know how that's about to go. All the other couples trips. So anyway, what's her name? Toya says, "Can we just put Heavenly T and Contessa in a room together?" And here go Contessa with her shade again. If you put us three in the same room together, only two of us gonna come walking out, and me and T gonna go and have a cocktail, girl. And if y'all look at Scott's face, he just looked like, I'm so tired of her. Like, stop now, enough. He just looks so annoyed with her. I'm sure he is. Her this fake ass beef. And so anyway, they go to their paddle boards, go out to the water. Curtis not participating because he's too long. Oh. Ah. Y'all know Curtis about 7 feet. Um, and so T said she's never been in a lot of water like that, that body water. Damn, she ain't never been nowhere. Has she never been to a beach before? Um okay. And so Cone tells us in her confession is talking about she don't know whether or not Dr. Simone is a genius, or she's just mad, not mad like angry, but like just a mad scientist or something because bringing her and putting her heavily on the same team and her fuse is this close to being lit. Like, girl, stop. You just want this issue with Dr. Heavenly. Stop. What is it? You need a check that bad? You and your husband are doctors, boo. Stop with this invisible beef. Now, Heavenly trying to be cordial with your ass. Like, calm down. Damn. That's what makes me not like Cone Tessa. I'm telling you. And so, well, Dr. Damon. Dr. Damon, he's just the sweetest guy ever. I love Dr. Damon. I don't even know him, but I love Dr. Damon. He's just the sweetest guy ever. His temperament, everything. And he took one for the team because he said he has not been able to get over being in large bodies of waters like that since the movie Jaws. But he gonna take one for the team. But he felt like it's a great white out there somewhere in that water. Well, let me tell you something, Dr. Damon. Ain't no great white more dangerous than Heavenly ass when she get on if that shark come after you. Because I'm telling you, Doctor, I can see Dr. Heavenly going out there and straight fighting that shark for messing with Dr. Damon. So you ain't got nothing to worry about. Dr. Heavenly watching. and so they get prepared to, start the games. Let the games begin. And so Quad and King in their confessionals, Quad start giving her pretty much on what she thinks going to happen. She starts to prophesize, if you will, over what's going to happen. All right. King said he's just there for the team building. He's there for the fun, whatever have you. But Quad said, yeah, okay. She said, I believe somebody gonna say something about somebody who somebody's with. Then they flashed and showed Dr. G telling her she talked too much. Allegedly, he was saying that to her, that you talk too much. Okay. Then she said, somebody, I forgot the next one, but it was Sweet Tea and Dr. Heavenly. And Sweet Tea called Dr. Heavenly a bitch. Told her to shut up, bitch, or something like that. All right. Then she prophesied Phaedra and Apollo. They flashed over to Phaedra saying to Apollo, why do you care about who I'm with? And then they said somebody gonna be yelling. They flashed over to Dr. G yelling at Sweet Tea, telling her, let that ish go. I'm tired of all this negativity. Let it go. Okay. Then they flashed over to Phaedra leaving and said she out. I ain't got time for these type of mean girls. So you know what? I'm out of here. So that's probably her last episode on the show because y'all know she transitioned over back to Housewives. And then what we all have been waiting for. King versus Dr. Greg. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Now, I looked like from what I saw on that flashback, I saw King trying to get at Dr. Greg. And everybody was trying to, keep him apart. So, y'all, we are going to reconvene on this next week when the episode comes out. And I'm going to try to get to you guys sooner than... I'm going to try to get to you guys that night after the episode. If not that night, it'll damn sure be in that morning. Because I cannot wait. I'm going to be sitting up with... Well, I can't say my popcorn because I wear braces. But I'm going to be sitting up with a snack and a cocktail. Speaking of a cocktail, I'm about to go out and get me one right now. Because y'all know I need a little something. It's been a great start to my week. I've had blessings on top of blessings. And I pray that you guys have had blessings on top of blessings as well. But again, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Crowned by Kenzie. I love you guys so much for watching and supporting me. Again, I cannot stress this enough. Make sure you guys go and like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, and share my videos on your social media platforms. So that way YouTube can know that the Crown Kings and Queens are in the building and we ain't going nowhere. Y'all let them people know. And y'all have a good rest of y'all night. Happy hump day. Peace out. Bye.
How you doing?